Hi, Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health. Where are you at in your healing journey? Drop a comment and tell me whereabouts you are at in your healing journey in the comments below. I want to know, have you just been diagnosed? Have you had thyroid issues or hormone issues for years and years? Are you just on medication and that's all you're doing? Or are you just starting to learn natural ways to heal your thyroid? Where are you at, your mindset? Where is that at? Because it's a really important question for you to ask yourself. Where am I at on this journey? Because if you have just started, like for me, when I just started my journey, I was just taking the medication and going to the doctors and getting regular blood tests, thinking that was enough. And it wasn't until I had these big crashes and I was really unwell that I learned that wasn't enough, and I needed to support my body in so many other ways. Because I went to 3 endocrinologists, maybe 4 or 5 GPs for 2 years, expecting some kind of help. And all I got was go for a blood test, take more medication, and that's about it. And I just felt worse and worse and worse. And it was actually the medication, because they were putting it up, that was almost killing me. So it made me click, I need to do something myself. So I started to invest in different kinds of healers. I wouldn't say an endocrinologist or a GP is a healer of the thyroid issue, because they don't offer any advice on how to bring those levels down. It's basically, let's just put you on medication, we'll see where you're at. So I went to different healers, natural therapists, naturopaths, iridologists. I was hypnotized. I had all these things done, and a lot of these things brought up some issues for me, like past trauma or emotional issues. I was super tense about my health, which doesn't help us at all. So a lot of these natural therapists actually helped me put in place where I was at in my journey. And it was that I really needed to focus on not just the physical, which for me at the time was medication and blood tests. It was that I needed to focus on supporting my body with all different kinds of tools and therapies and whatever, and learning how to do that. But it was also learning that I was the only one that was going to help myself. No, none of the therapists, none of the doctors, no other person was going to help me without me helping myself. I was the one that needed to come home and make myself a meal, or reduce certain foods, or do some meditation, or find some things that suited me, what triggered my body, started listening to my body, started acknowledging where I was at. Because when I was first told, you shouldn't eat gluten if you have a thyroid issue, I did it kind of sort of like a little bit of no gluten here and there, but I was like, oh, it'll be okay. That's not really very helpful if you are, because you don't realize today you might have that bit of bread, and then another day it's something else, and you don't realize how much it builds up. So acknowledging where you are on your journey is super important for yourself, because if you just keep going along the same path and doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result, or you're going to get worse results. So let me know where you are, and that's fine where you are at on your journey. If you are just taking your medication and sitting back and watching, that's okay. But there comes a time when you need to acknowledge who you are inside, because that is super important. Self-love, acknowledging the emotional stress, trauma. We go through, mental health. We go through mental issues every single day. Sometimes just getting out of bed is challenging the mental health. So we need to acknowledge how we are proactive in our life. Are we reactive or proactive? Is somebody else deciding for us where we go on our journey, or are we deciding? Are we choosing, which is being proactive? Are we choosing where we're going? Are we choosing where we're at? And that's where you need to acknowledge, the exact point you're at in this journey. If you're learning, I love that. Educating yourself is the most important thing that you can do. Learning constantly. You don't have to go out and learn everything today. pick a topic, pick something and learn that. You know, it might be food, starting to write a food diary. Okay, I had toast for breakfast and I felt a bit unwell after it. I was burping, or I was on the toilet. Write down absolutely everything about how food makes you feel. It might be a journal of how you're feeling emotionally for that day. It might be a journal on how you responded to someone who challenged you in some way. It might be, I woke up this morning feeling super tired. You know, keeping a journal and a diary of all the things of how you're feeling, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, is really important too, to start on your journey. So all of these things together, acknowledging where you're at, is going to help you take one step at a time. And I'm always saying one change at a time, make one difference at a time. It might be you're getting a new natural deodorant with no toxins in it. You might be changing your makeup. Just some little things that makes a difference to your health each day. And that's where I want you to go away from this video and think about where it is. Write it down. It's really good to write down. I have a whiteboard in my office where I write everything. You know, it's got gratitude on it. It's got my goals of business and health, all of those things. So sometimes writing things where you can see it, put it on the fridge, because we always go to the fridge, where you're at. You know, it might be an affirmation for the day of, I enjoy healthy foods that make me feel good and energize me. Really positive things to put on the fridge. So every time you go to the fridge, you know, yeah, I'm going to eat something that really balances me and makes me feel good. So please tell me where you're at, because I love learning. And when we're sharing, we're helping each other. I don't care where anyone is on their journey. I don't care what it is that you're learning. Just doing something is super, super important. Just making one change at a time. And this should be not just if you're sick or, you know, you're unhealthy. It should be everybody. We should all be looking at how we're living every day, and are we being responsible for our own health? Because it's nobody else's responsibility to make you feel better or for you to be better. A doctor isn't going to help you. You're going to help you. Nobody else is going to support your health. What anybody else does is nobody else's business. It's none of your business. What anybody else does with their health should not impact you whatsoever. So looking after your own health is your choice, and how you can then balance your life and start to feel better. So I hope, you know, I've triggered something in your mind to get you to start wondering where you should go next. Let me know.